We've been talking about the University of Montana and education, and so I just put together a little presentation for us to talk about in class. There's lots of other universities throughout America and around the world, but this is the one I went to, so I'm just giving you guys a little bit of an intro on it. Here's the overlay of the University of Montana. We're going to be talking about specific things in there. There's the Oval. This is the place where everyone hangs out. There's the Jeanette Rankin Hall, which is named after a famous woman. There's the Phyllis J. Washington Center, which is where the education majors have most of their class. I have spent a lot of time there. And then right here is a mountain, Mount Sentinel, and there's an M on top of it, and we're going to talk about the trail there. Let me erase this real quick. The University of Montana is in Missoula. There's another university, major university in Montana, which is in Bozeman, but we're going to talk about the one in Missoula. It's 156 acres. It was founded in 1893. It has gone through a lot of name changes, but right now it's the University of Montana. There's 64 buildings. There's 9 residential halls, which is where, as a freshman, you would probably live in those unless there was a specific reason why you wouldn't live in them. There's a huge football stadium. Football is a huge thing at the University of Montana. Everyone's a die-hard Grizzly fan. They keep putting additions on it. Right now, there's a 23,500 seats available in it. The enrollment is 14,207. That means there's that many kids going there right now. They're not all there right at this very moment. There's alternating days of how many kids are on at certain times. Some kids are internet, some are night classes, morning classes. There's always kids taking classes on the university. There's more females than men. There's 54% females. So come on, boys, you want to join in. Here's the Oval, the center of campus. It's a big grassy patch. You can walk all the way around it. Right here, there's a big statue of a grizzly bear. There'll be a picture later on in the slideshow about it. It's 3 acres big, the Oval. And when they first started building the university, they marked it as the center of the university. So they built buildings all around this big oval. It used to be a solid grass. There weren't any sidewalks, making it into 4 little quadrants. They didn't want people walking on it, so they did make the sidewalks and they paved it so the kids weren't ruining the grass. Here's the M Trail. It's on Mount Sentinel. There are 13 switchbacks. It's kind of hard to see, but you start right here at the base of the M and you go all the way up and you go back and forth, all the way till you get to the top. The reason I do that is because it's kind of a steep hill, and it would be kind of hard just to walk straight up, so they make it a little bit easier and less steep when you do that. The M Trail is 3/4 mile long. Like I said, there's 13 switchbacks, which is just the zigzag. It rises 800 feet, so from the bottom to the end, you go 800 feet. That's kind of a long ways. For most people, it takes 45 minutes to climb and an hour round trip. You can go higher than the end, which takes about 2 hours, but most people just want to climb to the top of the end because that's the really popular things you do. No matter what time of day, you will always see people climbing year-round, but mostly during the summers there'll be lots of people on the M. Here's the Jeanette Rankin Hall. This is a Google Earth image, so it's kind of looking like a little cartoon almost. It was built in 1908. It has served as a lot of things before it came to be known as the Jeanette Rankin Hall. It was a library, it was a law building, and then psychology building. But then in 1983, they renamed it after Jeanette Rankin, who graduated from the University of Montana and went on to be the first woman elected in Congress. So that's kind of cool, become famous and you get buildings named after you. During Halloween, they usually open up the Jeanette Rankin Hall for kids to come in and sit in the dark because it is said to be haunted. So, maybe you'll have a class in there and you'll see a ghost. Here's the Phyllis J. Washington Education Center. I spent a lot of time in here when I was an undergrad, and it was built in 1948, and then they had added on to it in 2009. It was previously known as the Education Building before it became the Phyllis J. Washington Education Center. And the reason they renamed it to that is because they added on to it, and Phyllis J. Washington graduated from the university and married a billionaire and donated to the addition, so they renamed it. Here's the picture of the grizzly bear that I talked about, and the oval's directly behind it, and then here's the M. Thank you.